Alright, hello and welcome to another episode of Mr. Pisto Plays Magic the Gathering Arena Brawl. Today we have Big Red with Toralf, God of Fury. He is a 4 mana 5/4 with trample. Whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess non-combat damage, Toralf deals damage equal to the excess to any target other than that permanent, so you can't re-target the damage to it. Toralf's Hammer is the other side of this two-sided card. It is an equipment for 1 generic mana and red. And it has equipped creature has pay 1 and a 1 red and a colorless unattached Toralf's Hammer. It deals 3 damage to any target. Return Toralf's Hammer to its owner's hand. Equipped creature gets +3/+0 as long as it is legendary. And it plays 1 red and 1 of any color to attach. More than likely than not, we're not going to be playing this side of the card. It could come up when Toralf gets to 8 or 10 mana. You could pay this for the 6 and then bounce it to your hand to get Toralf down for the cheap if you're not at that mana. And red doesn't tend to ramp that well. We have some ramp spells, but that is one way to cheat Toralf out for a cheaper cost than a big one in incremental steps. So that's our commander. We have cards that deal lots of damage. We have some new cards from Kaldheim. We have some role-playing creatures and role-playing spells. All right, let's get into the cards from Kaldheim. So we have Frostbite, one of the reasons why we're playing Snow. It is a 1 mana instant, Snow instant. It deals 2 damage to any target or target creature or planeswalker. If you control 3 or more Snow permanents, it deals 3 damage instead. Another new card, Birgi, God of Storytelling. It is a 3 mana 3/3 legendary creature god. Whenever you cast a spell, add colorless or add 1 red until the end of turn. You don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Its second line of text doesn't do anything with the deck. Its creatures you control boast twice during each of your turns rather than once. Might build something around that later, but for now, this deck is not the thing. But why we're really playing this card is for Harnfell, Horn of Bounty, 5 mana legendary artifact. When you discard it, you can discard a card to exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. So we're playing this card for the Harnfell, Horn of Bounty. You might get mana flooded, and then you can start discarding your cards, or you can try and dig for that removal spell you need to win the game. Crush the Weak is a 3 mana sorcery that you can foretell, so you can pay 2 colorless, and then you can pay 1 red mana for its foretell cost. Crush the Weak deals 2 damage to each creature. If a creature dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. We're playing this one because I wanted to try it. There are others that I think might be better, but I wanted to give the Kaldheim cards a chance. Another new Kaldheim card, Seize the Spoils. 3 mana sorcery is an additional cost to cast this spell. Discard a card. Red's typical draw cards is to discard things first. Draw 2 cards and create a treasure token. So a little tiny incidental ramp in red is great, even if it's a one-time thing, but it might help us. Tundra Fumarole is a 3 mana snow sorcery. It deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. You can add generic for each snow mana. You get 1 generic mana, and then until the end of turn you don't lose mana as steps and phases end. So you pay snow, you get back generic. Hopefully you have some extra red mana left behind later in the game, and you can double spell and cast 2 things on 1 turn. Like the Replicating Ring, you can use the 3 mana to cast this. It's a 3 mana snow artifact. Taps to add 1 mana of any color, and at the beginning of your upkeep you put a night counter on Replicating Ring, and then if there are 8 or more, you remove them and you get 8 tokens named Replicating Ring that have tapped to add 1 mana of any color. Great ramp. I think it's going to be a staple ramp in the format until it leaves. Smashing Success, 4 mana instant, destroy target artifact or land. So if you want to get rid of a pesky land, you can do so. If an artifact is destroyed this way, create a treasure token. Here again, incidental treasures for ramp in red are important, and this card does that for us. And when you play a destroy artifact card, especially, well, in any case, you want to have them be more than just like disenchant. You don't want it to just do destroy this or that. You want it to be able to do more, because we have spells that do that. Goldspan Dragon, 5 mana, 4/4 flying haste. If you're playing red in any way, shape, or form, you're more than likely going to play this card as long as you have it. It is, when it attacks or becomes a target of a spell, including your own, create a treasure token. Treasures you control have tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 2 mana of any one color. So it's hasty, it attacks, it protects, it's good. All right, let's get into some of the red removal in the deck. We have Shock, instant, deals 2 damage to any target. Fire Prophecy, 2 mana, 3 damage to a creature, and you can put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library to draw a card. Royal Eruption, red and a colorless or kicker for 5, deals 3 damage to any target, and if it was kicked, it deals 5 instead. Scorching Dragonfire, 2 mana, instant, deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that creature or planeswalker would die this turn, exile it instead. Thundering Rebuke, it deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker at sorcery speed. Bone Crusher Giants, instant speed stomp, deals 2 damage and damage can't be prevented. And it is a 3 mana 4/3 that when it gets targeted a spell, no matter who does it, it deals 2 damage to that spell's controller, so to yourself as well. Slaying Fire, 3 mana, deals 3 damage to any target at instant speed. If you pay red, you get 4 damage instead. Soul Seer, 5 damage, 3 mana, instant. Target creature, target planeswalker, and it loses indestructible. Gets rid of those pesky gods like Heliod. Storm's Wrath deals 4 damage to each creature and each planeswalker for 4 generic mana at sorcery speed. Sundering Stroke, here we're getting into some spells that really hit hard with Toralf. You can deal 7 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. If at least 7 red mana was spent to cast this spell, instead, Sundering Stroke deals 7 damage to each of those permanents and or players. So if they have 3 creatures and you have 7 red mana, 7, 7, 7, anything excess on your opponent's creatures, I made this mistake earlier, opponent's creatures, you deal that excess to the whatever you want. If there's other creatures that need damage done, you can basically board wipe and do a lot with Toralf with this card. Perforos's Intervention, 1 generic or 1 red and X. Choose 1. Create an X1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. If you need to push damage at the end of a game, this is the card for you. Or with Toralf out, and you deal twice X damage to target creature or planeswalker. Boom, 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 boom. You pump a bunch of mana into this, wipe the board, or send it to face. Same with Shatterskull Smashing, 2 red and X. Shatterskull Smashing deals X damage divided as you choose among 2 target creatures and or players, up to, or creatures and or planeswalkers, not players. If X is 6 or more, it deals twice X damage divided as you choose among them instead. So if you're doing more than 6, you got to count it up still. I've made that mistake as well. If you don't, let's say you do it for 8. 4, 4, twice. Yeah, you get it then. And with Toralf out, Volcanic Geyser is another one of those spells that you can boom, 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 boom. You can like machine gun down a board with Toralf out and a big enough geyser. Red X Volcanic Geyser deals X damage to any target. Right into some creatures. We have Annex Harden of the Forge. Basically what happens is if a creature dies, you get a 1/1 red Satyr creature token, and if the creature's power is 4 or greater, you get 2. Tectonic Giant, when it attacks or gets targeted by an opponent's spell, you can deal 3 damage to each opponent, or you can exile the top 2 cards of your library, choose one of them until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. So it does a lot of things for you. Damages, you play it, then the next turn you attack, you can use those cards that comes with it. Does a lot. Torbrand Thane of Redfell, 4 mana, 2, 4, and any red spell or permanent that gets dealt damage, you add 2 to the damage. Solemn Simulacrum, 4 mana 2/2, draws you a card, and finds you a land and puts it into play tapped. Brash Taunter, 5 mana 1/1 that is indestructible, and when it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target opponent. So you could stand Shatter Skull Smashings, Perforoses, Interventions to face using this, but it doesn't get Toralf's accessibility. That is another mistake I've made, and I think that is something that we should know about. You'll see in the video at the last one, I figure out and realize that this doesn't work the way I thought it did originally. So if you want to see something funny, go watch the last battle in the video. Terror of the Peaks, 5 mana 5/4 flyer. Opponents need to pay 3 life in order to deal damage or to target Terror of the Peaks. And whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peaks deals 5 damage to that creature's, or deals. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, English is hard sometimes. Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. Speaking of power, we have a 6 mana or 6 powered 6 mana creature here with Chandra's Incinerator. I've wanted to play this card, never found a spot for it. It's a 6 mana 6/6 with trample, but this spell costs X less to cast, or X is the total amount of non-combat damage dealt to your opponent this turn. And then whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, Chandra's Incinerator deals that much damage to target creature or a planeswalker that player controls. So that and Toralf, I think they play very well together. Got some non-creature spells. We're going to get through these fairly quick. Shredded Sails, destroy target artifact, or deals 4 damage to target creature, and you can cycle it for 2. This is what I mean when you need artifact destruction that does more than just destroy artifacts and enchantments. Thrill of Possibilities, instant speed, discard a card, draw 2 cards. Arcane Signet, taps to add red in this deck. Molten Burst, here again, it destroys target artifact, but it can also destroy a little creature or finish off a planeswalker at instant speed. Skyclave Relic, your artifact ramp needs to do more. This one is indestructible, and you can also get 2 extra copies if you pay 3 extra mana. So 6 mana, you get 3 of them. Iron Crag Feet, 4 mana, get 7. You cast 1 more spell this turn. Really good with our X spells and with our Sundering Stroke. Chandra Heart of Fire, 5 mana, 5 loyalty planeswalker. Discard your hand. At late game, if you got like nothing in hand, you can draw 3 fresh ones. Or this other +1 deals 2 damage to any target. -9. Search your library and or graveyard for 5 or any number of red instant and sorcery cards. Exile them. Shuffle your library. Add 6 red mana. Embercleave. It's pretty much in every single red deck that you see these days. 6 mana flash, costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature. Enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, has double strike and trample, and this equipped cost is 3. Kinda explains itself why it's in every deck. Fiery Emancipation. We're playing big red. I wanted to have some fun. I think this card is really cool. If your source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage to that permanent or player instead. Really cool enchantment. At 18, Snow-Covered Mountains, Crawling Barrens, becomes a creature, add 2 counters, just rinse and repeat, make it bigger, bigger, bigger. Fable Passage, go find us a mountain. Don't need it. Thins the deck a little bit. Faceless Haven is a snow creature land that you can pay snow to make it a 4/3 with vigilance and all creatures types. And then Feel the Ruin to blow up another pesky land. Alright, that is Toralf, God of Fury. Let's get into some games. Thanks for watching the Deck Tech, and here we go. Alright, Folly Automatrix. You're playing one of the other gods, Halvar, God of Battle. This idea is pretty cool. We need to mulligan this. We can loosely keep this. We got one of our pieces of part of a combo. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Hammer is quite annoying. But this is why we pack artifact removal. These two in tandem are cool. Redain. Bye-bye. We'll eventually run out of removal. Sure. I want this. Giving +2/+0 and vigilance is pretty neat. Foretell. You can do this into this, and we'll attack. You could build a whole deck just around Sword of the Realms. White Foretell. Deal 5 to a tapped creature. Sure. Okay. Oh, +1/+1 and double strike. That's a thing too. 6/12. That would put us very close to death. That's okay. Unless they can buff it in another way. Okay. No equip. We're gonna do that. What else do they have? Some kind of protection? Nope. Excess goes here. Glorious Protector. Alright, what can we find? Deal 2 damage to each. Nope. We can foretell it, I guess. No attacks. This is +2. That gets it to 5, 6. We're not dead yet, but we're very close. One away. That doesn't do it, or does it? Well, one, we have 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do this, see what we draw. We'll exile. And I'm gonna do it in this order. They're probably not going to block. That goes there. Ah, this doesn't see damage when it dies. Okay, that's good to know. I don't see what that was for. That was a boo-boo. Give him the cry, Hydron. Yeah, they saw the line. Good game. Blamo, that's game. All right, let's get into another one. All right, we are up against Kroxa and Ribosme. Gotta be prepared to discard cards. Sure. Let's give it a try. I think we discard this. That's a neat outing. Ah, they're fueling. They're fueling, giving us a chance. My guess is they're removal deck. Well, we came here to play Toralf, so we're gonna play Toralf. Does it die? I think so. We are going to run out the hammer or the horn. Kind of gets around Kroxa in a way. Sure. Get rid of that. It's in the graveyard, or is it not? It's in the graveyard. Mm-hmm. All right. Get rid of that. We're gonna have to discard something. This seems like it's probably good to discard. All right. Removal pointed at things that are not my commander is a good thing. It's a land. No longer need that. We came here to play it. All right. Get rid of that. Play the mountain. Play this. Play this. Should have some excess goes here. Oh, we just made it bigger. That goes there. And we attack. Cool, 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 cool. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm a little disappointed that these two don't see each other. I do realize I have a little... Oh, yeah. I just need to rip one removal spell and that's game over. I got 3 chances. One. Okay. Pay with 7. Throw it at his face and a game over. All right, cool. We got there. That was fun. That's Toralf. That's what he's trying to do. All right, let's do it again. Up against Rainbow Shart. This is something we could keep. Well, I think we can do better. This is better. This is much better. And we'll find ourselves a mountain. Say hello. Give them the little pink hedron. Sure. That is a-okay. That I'm not worried about in the slightest. That, on the other hand, might get annoying. All right, bets. How many do you think are going to... Toralf's gonna die instantly. Yeah? Insta-death? It's a very good Toralf hand. It's not an insta-death. Black. Get in there? Blow up that. Two to this. One to that. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No. Look at all them goatees. Alright, let's get out a terror. And get in. And good night. Alright, cool. That was a quickie. We had all the removal, we had all the answers, and that's how it goes sometimes. We didn't have all the answers against the Golgari deck at the beginning. Alright, let's do it again. Alright, Aquarium 135, Garruck, Cursed Huntsman. Land. Cool spell to go with Toralf. Early game interaction, early game interaction, early game interaction. I'm game. We just need to draw lands. That's a land. That's not scary. This makes this come out sooner, which in some ways is kind of scary. Ooh, okay. Ramp City. I'm not gonna throw a removal spell at that yet. That will be handy. Do minus.
Looks like you weren't fit to survive.
I'm gonna destroy that. And oh, yeah, that's fine. No, we don't need to kill that. We have this next turn. Maybe this needs to get thrown at something they play. Oh, the value. Oh, this Storm's Wrath is gonna be gross.
You cannot run.
No! Actually, it's gonna be fine. It's going to be just fine. We're going to do this here. Boom.
I'll survive this.
You will survive this. 3, 6, 7. Land? Garruck. 1/1 counter on the Garruck. Alright, if we play Toralf, he just dies. This for 4, I guess. Not what I want to do, but what I gotta do. Six, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 2 mana open. I need to draw another land. Mm-hmm.
You're not scared of dogs, are you?
No. Not really.
Remember, you reap what you sow.
I'll remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 6. We'll get rid of them now. I'm gonna be able to cast it again. All right. There we go. This is more permanent than this. One more land and here comes Garruck again. That's not a land. That's a land for me. That's this. Oh, I did my maths wrong.
Got a good head on your shoulders. Let's see how sharp my axe is.
Cycle. Get at the Garruck.
I'll try my luck elsewhere.
This can get us this out again. You son of a biscuit.
You're not scared of dogs, are you?
There's a reason why this is the one of the best commanders in the whole format still. Even now. All right. Do I do that? Do I do that? But then you can just ultimate. All right, let's do this. You can have your emblem.
We are relentless.
All right. Oh, now they got card draw for days. Massacre worm. It's super big. Just attack the face. And we say goodnight, sweet prince. This is Garruck doing Garruck things. This is kind of cool. Definitely a list worth looking at. Just attack and kill me, please, so we can move on to the next one. Thank you. All right, let's get into our fourth and final game. All right, Decepticide playing Renatta. This has the fun Brash Taunter combo in it, and we may actually get to pull it off against green. So let's do it. Let's do it, do it, do it. Oh, and we can get rid of some flooding things if need be. This is a very cool card. A very cool card. Yeah. Let's get at them. Well, I know I said it was the fourth and final game. It's actually the fifth. I can maths. I know maths. I'm good at maths. Oh. Oh, do we kill that or do we let the Brash Taunter have fun? Let's let the Brash Taunter have some fun. We can always 6 it. Woo! That was cool. That was very cool. Please attack me with Yorvo. Do it. I know you want to. Do it. Yes. Thank you. All right, we are going to do this here. Opponent deals excess damage. Whenever a creature, planeswalker, an opponent controls is dealt excess damage. Oh. Okay. And its opponent. This doesn't combo at all. Well, I'm still getting rid of this. I'm still attacking in. I'm totally willing to trade here. That was a big boo-boo, an error of reading on my part. So you can't target your own things. It's opponent controls. Well, I made a boo-boo in reading. That's okay. We're still having fun. Just... So 5 there, attack there, and I think this game is about as good as done. Yep. All right, that's the games. Let's get into a post-game wrap-up. All right, post-game. Torf, God of Fury, and Torf's Hammer. Trample. Whenever a creature, planeswalker, and opponent controls is dealt excess non-combat damage, Toralf deals damage equal to the excess to any target other than that permanent opponent. I made a boo-boo when I first read the card, and it's like, I don't know why I missed the opponent thing and thought brazen this thing. Where are you? 5 mana. I don't know why I thought Brash Taunter had anything to do with Toralf's God of Fury's ability. So that's a no. But anyways, the deck could go in other ways. You could probably play a pretty aggressive and have this at kind of the top of your curve with like a Akum Hellhound, Fervent Champion, Fireblade Charger, some Infuriate, Embrace Shieldbreaker, Kargan Intimidator, Raking Claws, Robber of the Rich, and something like Arnie Broken Brow. These two play well together. It makes it a 6/3. Or you could also probably have some luck and include the a little dwarf package with Axe Guard, Cavalry, Careless Celebrant, Magda, does Magda things, Rimrock Knight, 7 dwarves, play all 7 of them, and maybe the Vault Robber. I didn't want to go this way. We have a Magna deck on the channel already. All right, let's go back to the actual deck. So, I think it's fun. I don't know how competitive it is. Not that the format needs to be competitive. I just think you should have fun playing with what you like to play. Toralf himself did some work. Removal Magnet, like you wouldn't believe. Probably could have played this a little better on the game that I did play it. Torbran, just good. Very good. Bone Crusher Giant, doing Bone Crusher Giant things. This dug us out of a little bit of a hole with the excess card draws. Is really, really good for the Horn. I think the Horn's the better side when you're playing it in a deck. If you're playing a deck that is generated around Bergie, maybe it's better. But the deck itself, or the Horn itself, I think is really good. And yeah, it's a fun deck. And that's it. Not much more I can say. You could go aggro. You could keep it big. It's a removal magnet, so be careful with that. And the deck needs to be able to win by itself, which it can with Terror. And like I said, Torbran, Annex, they can all win games. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for watching. And remember, Brash Taunter is not a combo with this. All right, take it easy. Bye for now.